Welcome back to Real Geek Media. I am Hayden Stoll. He is Christopher Michael Blake. It is July 18th, 2024. It is time for funny and weird news stories. Christopher, what's on the plate tonight?
More depravity, more OnlyFans, more poop, more pee, more everything. More all the fun stuff, Hayden. Hayden, you know Deadpool and Wolverine comes out next week, right?
Yes.
But have you heard about the real life Deadpool killer, Wade Wilson?
Real life killer.
Yes, Wade Wilson.
I've not.
So, I'm going to show you this picture.
Okay.
And yes, he really has all these tattoos on his face and everything. Like Frankenstein Plus.
Oh boy.
He murdered 2 women, strangled them to death so he could feel the life literally slip out of their lives. Threw the one out of a car and then ran her over till she was spaghetti. Now, that's not what's funny or interesting about this case. Last week we talked about Susan Smith and how she was basically getting hit on by all these gentlemen. These people were in terms of trying to find a date with a female, right, with Susan Smith. Now, do you think Wade Wilson, good-looking guy except for the facial tattoos, convicted murderer, he's on death row, waiting sentence, possibly death sentence. Do you think he got more or less interest in Susan Smith?
Oh boy. More. More.
Much higher.
Yeah.
Much higher.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like we're on The Price is Right. Yes, higher. He got over 4,000 messages in prison from misguided women who have sent him X-rated photos. Authorities have rejected 163 of those inappropriate photos and sent them right back. The women and other supporters have been flooded into chambers of Lee County Circuit Judge Nicholas R. Thompson, begging him to spare Wilson's life. Despite a jury of his peers deciding he should face the possible death penalty for brutally murdering his victims.
Oh boy.
One woman even pledged her undying devotion to the sociopathic killer. Another woman, a mother of 2, claimed that Wade is a different person when he's on medication. So,
Oh boy.
yeah, this is.
Wade
Is
Wilson.
it that hard? I mean, we talked last week about men having a hard time finding a date. Are they really that hard up? And apparently, maybe even the women are hard up for finding a date.
Dating in 2024. Find a
I
prison.
can only assure you of one thing, Hayden. And that's if I go to prison, I doubt that I'm going to receive one letter from any woman begging for any kind of relationship with me. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I would love for that to happen, but probably not in my cards.
Oh boy.
Now, Hayden, sticking with the movie theme talk, there's a movie coming out in August called Blink Twice.
Blink Twice.
Have you seen this with Channing Tatum and it's directed by Zoe Kravitz?
Oh no, I haven't seen this.
It looks pretty interesting. It looks like it's a little bit of a murder mystery type weekend movie. Looks like a fun movie. Christian Slater's in it. Well, Zoe Kravitz is the one who directed the movie, but Blink Twice is not the original name of the movie. The original name for the movie was Pussy Island.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Island filled with cats.
I don't think it was cats. It was more about It was more about women's rights. But apparently, women aren't ready to hear the word pussy yet. Is what she says. Our society, we're not ready to embrace that. She also claims that there are a lot of roadblocks in the titling a movie Pussy Island, such as whether or not the MPPA wanted to put that title on a poster or a billboard or a kiosk, and movie theaters not wanting to put it on a ticket or promote it. That's what Kravitz is basically saying here. Again, that comes out, I believe, August 25th. So they got a picture of Channing Tatum in the pool. Channing Tatum is her husband, by the way.
Yeah.
If you're not aware of that.
Interesting.
Hayden, from Christopher Michael Blake, comes his current book, The Cayman Murders. Have you read this book, Caden?
Actually, I don't have that one. I've read the Pyramid of the Parasite and Pray for Dawn.
Let me tell you about the Cayman Murders. 5 days before Halloween, retiring Chief of Police Browning. He currently has two different mysteries to solve. The first is the reappearance of a woman who's been missing for the last 28 years, who reappears. She shouldn't be alive. And the second is a killer dressed as the Grim Reaper killer, killing off Cayman stakeholders. Can Chief Browning figure out these two mysteries and put them together before becoming the next victim of the Grim Reaper killer? It's on Amazon.com, BarnesandNobles.com, www.ChristopherMichaelBlake.com. Hayden, we talked a little bit earlier about if you needed to promote your business. Where can you do that at? Do you know?
We could do it right here.
What do you mean?
We could do it here with us at RealGeekMedia.com. We can take advantage of our summer special.
What is that summer special? Tell me a little bit about this.
What is the cutoff date we have for this?
It may never be cut off. It's like that movie Splinter. It just keeps growing. I got to plant this sucker in a tree in the backyard.
It's true, we can. It is true, we can. If you take advantage of our summer special, and hang on, I have to pull it up.
That's what she said. Hayden, it's $30.
$30.
Look, you got that money in your pocket in your change counter right now. If you wanted to promote your movie or your business right now, you could be on our website here with us, having us read your promotion right now on our website, front and back roll, just for $30. And that's the price for the month, by the way. That's just it for one episode. Hey, how many episodes did we do this month?
Oh, boy. 2, 3, 4. Well, with all the Acolyte ones, we've had quite a few this month.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And we had to talk about what kind of series we're going to be looking at next to make sure we waste our time on.
Oh, my God.
Not your time. But not your time. That's the important thing. Another person who's wasting time right now, and maybe air and oxygen. Do you know who Bad Barbie is?
I do. Unfortunately, I do.
Tell me who this person is. Give me her background. I need to know.
Cash me outside.
Yes.
That was that Dr. Phil from like a couple years ago.
It was Dr. Phil. And her name is Danielle Peskowitz Bregoli. Try saying that 3 times fast. Are you aware that she has an OnlyFans account?
I am, yes.
And she's been an OnlyFans member since 2021. Do you want to guess how much Danielle has made on OnlyFans?
Oh, God, I can only imagine. Going back to 21?
Going back to 21. Through April 1st of 2021. Happy April Fool's Day.
Oh, man. 21 to 24.
Yes, sir.
I'd say she's 7 figures. At least.
Try 8.
8 figures, wow.
$57 million.
Wow.
The graphic breaks down how she made her money largely through subscription fees, including $23.99 a month for messages from fans, where creators can charge as much as $50 per message. Now, if anybody wants to message me for a nickel, I would gladly respond.
Yeah. Holy
cow. Hey, that offer does not apply to you. I charge you a service rate. But I'm just letting you know, if you want to send me a text message or me an email, unfortunately, I have to respond to that for free. I think I need to up. Maybe it's like one of those things where if I start charging a subscription, people will begin taking me up on this. Because right now, it's just not happening. But that's okay. That's okay. So they break down how she made her money. She made $24 million from subscription fees and $32 million from messages. Can you imagine that? $50 just to message this chick.
That's. Ugh. It's so sad.
$500,000 came from tips. Now they say the tipping culture's out of control right now, Hayden, and this may be the one that proves it.
Tips.
Now look. Not only that, I mean, is this girl anything special? I don't think that she.
No. Definitely not. Definitely not. Like
I don't. Go ahead.
It's that's so much money, 57 million, and basically, because you were on Dr. Phil and you had a little catchphrase, and
Now you want to show your tatas? I mean, I don't know if she's nude or not. I don't know if she's actually giving sex. I don't know.
I don't like for that amount of money. I would imagine there's got to be something involved. Otherwise, like what is so interesting here? I don't know.
I had that problem to begin with, so I couldn't tell you.
Yikes.
Yeah.
She was in the news too for wasn't her boyfriend assaulted her?
Yes. That was mentioned also, but that was not really kind of funny or weird. I just typical day in the life of trailer park.
Yeah, I just found that like.
How big is the trailer park now? Do you think she owns the trailer park now?
At this point, she had multiple parks. It's like Great Adventure, Six Flags. It's funny because I haven't heard her name in a while, and then I saw the thing with the assault. I think when they captured it on like a Ring camera or something.
Yeah.
And but the OnlyFans numbers are wild. That's crazy.
Hayden, I need you to close your eyes for a second and picture this. All right. You run your own shop, you own your own store, and then walks a celebrity being hounded by the media. Elton John.
Okay.
He says he's not really there to shop. He wonders if you have a private bathroom.
Okay.
And you say, unfortunately, sir, I don't, but there's one out in the food court where all the media and paparazzi is. He says, well, I really can't go back out there, but I really have to take a piss.
Oh, boy.
Do you, A, tell him, too bad, too sad, go back out to the food court? Or B, do you let him pee in a bottle in the corner of your store?
Oh, man. Come on. Come on, Elton John. Come on.
Elton John had two choices while shoe shopping in France when nature called: a pee bottle or explode. This is from TMZ. By the way, for all the fans out there who aren't aware, all our news stories are taken from actual newspapers or news sources. Yeah. So this one came from Elton John. This one came from TMZ. Elton John was allegedly shopping for shoes when he asked the store owner for a public restroom and then peed in the bottle when told there wasn't a toilet around, allegedly getting a few drops on the floor. They even have a picture of him here with his, I don't know if they're his kids or somebody's kids.
Oh, boy.
In the store. I don't know if he washed his hands.
Come on, Rocket Man.
Yeah, look, at 77 years old, you better carry that bottle around all the time.
Really? Like how many times?
I know at the age I'm at, I have to go all the time.
How many stores did he duck into in an average outing? Like, that's probably frequent at this point.
Look.
So pose with that question.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Elton, but you're going to have to use the restroom at the food court. You're not peeing in my store, buddy. Was it a restaurant?
No, it was a shoe store.
It was a shoe store.
Yes.
But that's like, I don't know, like all the people's hands and touching the shoes.
Are you going to tell John he can't pee in your store?
Yes.
I don't know.
Did they even know it was him?
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. Because I know when these celebrities, they go into these stores. I was in Las Vegas when Michael Jackson was there when he was still alive. And I was walking through the mall downstairs in the basement. And they had specifically shut down the entire store just so Michael Jackson could shop in there.
Wow.
And the paparazzi was outside of the shoe store, of the store that Michael Jackson was in. He had his kids with him at the time. And they were taking photos and trying to take photos through the window and whatnot. But yeah, they will shut down the store when a celebrity comes in to avoid them being bothered while shopping.
Well, shoot, if he comes in the store and has to take a piss, he better be buying shoes.
They don't say if he bought anything or not. So, hey, one of my favorite movies of all time is the originally Willy Wonka. And during the movie, Gene Wilder says the same thing to all these kids. It's, stop, please, don't do this. You're going to get hurt. This is not a good idea. And it gets to the point where he just puts his hands in his head and he's there saying, no, please. And the same thing kind of happened. This is from the dailymail.com. Safari horror as Spanish tourist 43 is trampled to death by elephants in front of his fiancée after stopping to take pictures of the herd in the South African Game Reserve. Now, horrifically, this guy was crushed in front of his fiancée and some other people who were there taking pictures. He decides, despite the warning of his fellow passengers, as well as other tourists who were driving by, hey, get back in your car, this could be dangerous. He is going to get a close-up of 6 elephants. So he decides to walk to them. And all the while, people from the car are like, don't do this, come back. This is not a good idea. The car, safety. Well, these 6 elephants had their young with them. And it wasn't long before the screaming Spaniard came racing back with his camera to safety through the bush to his friend's car, but was overtaken by the chasing herd who knocked him down and trampled him to death. Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
Look. According to eyewitnesses, the man decided to alight from the vehicle and approach the elephants on foot taking pictures, despite warnings from his fellow passengers and occupants from at least 2 other vehicles that were at the sightings. He unfortunately did not heed their warnings.
Oh my God. Yeah, seriously.
Oompa, oompa, oompa-dee-doo. I got an elephant for you.
Oh, man.
Here you go, Hayden. I got a pop quiz for you, hotshot. Separate news story. This one's from NewYorkPost.com. Imagine that you're floating around the Cape Cod area. Okay? You know where I'm going with this?
No.
Okay, here we go. I'll set this up for you. You're out there in your boat. You see somebody let off a flare. They're in trouble. You pull your boat up next to theirs. Theirs has experienced mechanical failure. They have no electricity, no lights, no oars, no motorcade, not a single luxury. And the person who comes up to say he needs help is Dave Portnoy, founder of
Captain Dave.
Yes, founder from Barstool Sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's lost at sea. He was getting drug out by the current in his boat with his mom and his little Pomeranian dog, I guess. He's off the coast of Nantucket. And what do you think the first thing the person who comes to rescue him says?
Oh, God. You're Dave Portnoy from Barstool.
Wrong.
Or I hate your pizza videos.
No. This is really the only reason it's funny, I can tell you.
Okay.
So a female finds him, pulls her boat up next to him. Hey, do you need help? Radio into the Coast Guard. As she's boarding the vessel and she recognizes him, she says, "Can I make a TikTok video of you?"
Oh my
And he
God.
says, "I don't have time right now for TikTok videos. I need help."
Well, good for him.
So I guess you guys draw the line somewhere, right? It's like,
Come on. I think it says so much as a society, right? As you're trying to help somebody and they're in need and you're like, oh, he's kind of he's famous. I'll make a TikTok video. What if he was bleeding out? Let me take a quick TikTok video before you breathe your last. Can you shout out my friends? Oh my God.
This is also from page 6. Ozzy Osbourne is fed up with Britney Spears dance videos on Instagram every fucking day.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Now, me personally, I'm more fed up with Ozzy Osbourne and his family than Britney Spears at this point. So at least I find her still, she's not as attractive as she was, and she's certainly crazy. I like that.
she is crazy. Yeah.
But let's face it, I can't even understand what the guy's saying half the time.
Even years ago when he had this show, you couldn't understand. I can only imagine now.
Look, I'm sure he's...
How old is he?
I don't know how old he is, but he's 75.
75. And he
75.
was moving around and talking like a 75-year-old 20 years ago.
It's sad, very, very sad, Ozzy said on Tuesday's episode of the Osbourne podcast.
We should have him on.
Yeah, I feel very sorry for her. Kelly, his daughter, said before the rocker added, it's very, very sad. Sharon referred to Spears as a poor little thing. And they said it's very heartbreaking.
Oh,
but I kind of think that their way that this family has just kind of exploited Ozzy Osbourne for their own gain at this point is just...
Yeah. It's over. Come on. Move on. Move on.
But Britney's going to keep on dancing, I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. I just...
like, the videos, like, people just kind of want to see what crazy stuff is she up to now. But we had talked about her, about OF, right? And the money potential, and it's probably heading in that direction at some point.
I don't see it. I think she's more than got enough money from probably residuals, and I think she's playing a new album at this point, too.
Is she really?
Now, how it'll do is another story. But...
Did you see, not to sidetrack, the JoJo Siwa? Like, with her... she was like that Nickelodeon super candy pop. Now she's like full on
goth.
Like, what in the world? Just who are you making music for at this point? I don't even know.
Well,
but they all hit that crazy stage, and
I think that this is. I think she has issues that are not. Who was the one? Amanda Bynes?
Amanda Bynes, yes.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the JoJo CY mentality.
Yeah.
And I don't say that. I think that's a Disney job. I hate to say that like that.
Yeah.
And Britney Spears is a function of that as well.
I'd agree with that.
Speaking of reality TV stars, we just mentioned the Osbournes. Do you know who Christina Hall is?
Christina Hall, no.
Christina Hack is her maiden name.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Very popular show. Christina on the Coast on HGTV.
HGTV is a channel that I will typically never watch.
My wife is... the only reason I had to watch is because she does Christina on the Coast, and she has another TV show with her ex-husband, El Musa. And she is now filing for her third divorce.
Third?
Yes. And she also did this TV show Flip or Flop on HGTV.
Okay.
So where they basically go in, they buy these rundown properties, and then they turn around and revamp them in 30 days.
Right.
And then resell them for a profit.
Right.
Very popular show. She's extremely, extremely attractive. Like A+. I got a picture of her here in a bikini. Next to her soon-to-be ex-husband.
Okay.
So the girl's a 10. But she's gone through 3 husbands now in like 3 years. 3 or 4 years. And I had to ask myself, is it just the fact that you can't control this girl outside of sex? Or is she just totally like batshit crazy? Or is she just so demanding? Because it's the guys who are filing for the divorce.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just like... So her first ex-husband, El Musa, who recently got remarried to somebody else, they were married from 2009 to 2018. They had 2 kids, but their relationship ended when El Musa wrote in his memoir that he had a heated argument with his wife. He went out into his backyard and then hopped over the fence. Now, imagine you're in such a you have to get away from your ex-wife on top of the fence. Your own house to get away from her, right? So she believes he's going to commit suicide. I
Hmm.
better stop him. He's dangerous. He's got a gun on him. So she calls the cops. Now he does. He has a gun on him. He says, "Oh, it's because there's lions and bobcats in the area we live in." Whether that's true or not, okay, I'm not really sure. But is he carrying the gun? Because even if he was thinking other thoughts at that point, is it because he couldn't stand the relationship anymore and he saw no other way out?
Yeah.
That's what I'm sitting there thinking to myself. I'm like,
Yeah, that's wild.
I don't know. I just
That's like
was shocked.
the reverse of oh, what was that? Julia Roberts, Sleeping with the Enemy. It's like the reverse Sleeping with the Enemy.
I just,
He's faking his death.
but again, this is a really pretty girl. Here they got a picture over here. Beautiful smile. I mean, just total package. Reality TV star. And you have to sit there and think, well, how much of a pain in the ass is this chick? That all these dudes are running for the hills. I mean, literally running for the hills.
Yeah, through the bobcat infested jungle.
I don't understand it. I mean, but again, she's beautiful woman. I don't understand it. Hayden, our favorite celebrity has popped up back in the news this week.
Oh,
Armie Hammer.
our buddy Armie.
This is from the UK Daily Mail, by the way. It was told he's got issues in glowing psychiatric evaluation after cannibalism scandal that starred details cheating on his wife and callous, inconsiderate acts. So here we go. The call by Your Name actor, who's 37, was at his peak of fame and fell from grace when a series of disturbing allegations were made against him by multiple women who accused him of violent abuse and harboring cannibalism fantasies. On February 21, his ex-girlfriend, I'm not going to try to pronounce her name, 26, accused him of violently raping her and abusing her in 2017. But on Bill Maher's Club Random Podcast this week, he discussed his glowing evaluation in the Cayman Islands, saying, "I had to subject myself for a multi-month full psychological evaluation, and the report at the end of it was glowing. By the way, they're like, he's got issues, but he's not what people are saying." Yes.
Which
yes.
which part?
He says, "I cheated on my wife. I used people to make me feel better. I was callous and inconsiderate with people and their emotions and their well-being. And I wanted what I wanted, and I was going to take it at any cost, even if it was an emotional cost to someone else. And that is shitty behavior. There are things in my behavior that I had to take accountability for, because that is pivotal for me learning and growing from it." The actor summarily retreated to the Cayman Islands in the wake of the scandal, but he can't find work, even though he's ordered to pay child support in the amount of $1,500 a month. He says he's broke though, because the Cayman Islands refuses to give him work permits. My question is why not come back to the United States where you don't need a work permit?
Yeah,
I don't know.
immediate thought: jump on the plane, fly back here.
That's not fair, Hayden.
Oh, Army, how's the Cayman Islands?
It's lots of sun down here, and people taste better when they got suntan lotion.
I can only imagine. Army,
No, you can't.
why can't we jump on a plane and fly back to the States? Hop into Social Network 2.
I'm on a do not fly list, Hayden.
How about a boat?
You saw what happened to Dave Portnoy. He almost didn't make it out. But there's two people stuck on a boat. There's no food.
So how
You know what's going to happen?
how was Bill Maher? Tell me about your performance there.
It wasn't good.
No?
He wouldn't come in the studio with me. I can't imagine why.
Oh, man.
He's not so dumb for a pot smoker, I'll tell you.
So you're saying you want to work, but you're not allowed to work.
I applied for a job as a chef.
I believe that. you have good experience behind the grill or in the kitchen?
These people were, we have to import all our food from other islands in the Caymans. You know that, right?
How big are your refrigerators?
Look, it's not the size of the refrigerator; it's the size of the tourists that fit the refrigerators.
So they're walk-in fridge.
Oh, Aiden, it's a whole delicatessen over here.
Are you familiar with Taco Tuesdays?
Oh, that's what happens every Tuesday. We go to Mexico.
From the Caymans with the no-fly list.
We import.
Armie, you got to get back to America. The world needs Lone Ranger 2. You and Johnny Depp would blaze up the screen again.
Johnny won't work with me anymore.
He won't? Do you keep in touch?
I tried to. He won't answer my phone calls either. I had him over for dinner one time. But the dinner got away.
Well, that
I gotta
happens.
tie her up. I gotta tie her up better next time.
Armie, you have
Amber Heard shit my bed when she was over too. That was another story. I don't want to tell you about it.
That sounds like a mess. That sounds like
it was. Look, I ordered Donnie Jepp to come over and clean it up, and he said, "It's your problem now, buddy."
Yeah, you got to be careful there. You got to be careful. One sudden move, and you got to call the crime lab to clean the bedroom. Now, I'm not sure what we can expect from the future from you, Armie, but give us something. What are you looking at? What are you trying to do with your life? You can't work.
I want to get back in the movies, Hayden. I got a future project coming up.
What's it called? Or can you give us some detail?
Cannibalism 2, coming to a theater near you.
Cannibalism 2.
Coming to a theater near you. Instead of popcorn, you see the popcorn buckets they have now for Alien and for Terrifier.
Yes.
Right, the special ones. We're gonna have one. It's gonna be actual pieces of body parts that I can't get rid of that are around my property.
I don't know if people are gonna really want to buy that to eat their popcorn.
It's authentic.
Are you familiar with the Green Inferno?
That's a hack movie, Hayden.
You didn't like it? You didn't like that one, Armie?
Let me tell you something, okay? All those people, they're not real cannibals. They used fake cannibals in the movie.
Well, if you were starring in that,
everything has to be authentic.
So you want real cannibals. So would you be one of the students?
I turned down Eli Roth in that movie because I told him I can't do the movie if it's not authentic.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's tough to make an authentic cannibal movie these days.
Hey, did you see that Ariana Grande's brother came out and said she's a vegan, not a cannibal?
I did. So, what are your thoughts on this?
Hayden, I have to tell you, Hayden, she was winking her eye at the time.
Oh, he's winking her eye, huh?
Yeah,
well, we know what that means.
Well, no, he was basically saying she's a vegan. Wink, wink. You understand? That's like code. That's like she's not really a vegan.
You think he was winking at you? That was for you?
No, that was to let everybody know she's really a cannibal. I told you she's a cannibal groupie last week.
Well, I mean, it's pretty incriminating, her interview. I mean, it had to make you salivate, so to speak.
Salivate? I was running after her. She kept running a little faster.
I mean, you're a big guy, Armie. Should be able to run her down.
Look, she's fast for a girl in stilettos.
But you wrote Crew in Social Network.
If she was on a boat, it's a different story. That's like that Dave Portnoy story had me fantasizing a little bit.
Is it? I
would have ate the Chihuahua first.
I gotta ask, like, if you're in a scene in a movie and there's a lot of extras around, like, do you find it easy to concentrate on your dialogue, or are you kind of looking for snacks?
Nobody's missing one or two of those people. There's no callback for these people. You heard the interview earlier with Tom Ryan and Todd Starouche. These people are standing around, they're eating pizza. They need something quick bite to eat. No one's missing somebody.
Armie Hammer, top of the food chain.
Oh, look, somebody's. I'm not saying the top, but the top of the. You know, you get the food pyramid. You've seen the food pyramid, right?
Right.
The top of the food pyramid is human being. Not fruits and vegetables, and they lied to you.
I see.
It's politically incorrect.
I see. And the authorities are fine with this in the Cayman Islands.
You know who my family is, Hayden?
I do.
You understand.
Well, then your family should be able to kind of throw you a stipend every now and then.
Do you think that my kids are seeing any of that $1,500 a month?
Nope.
You understand. Armie Hammer, everybody. Thank you for coming in, Armie.
Always nice to see Armie.
Look, please stay relevant, Armie, because we need you in our life. I don't know what else we do with ourselves.
Listen,
in my bad impression, I really don't know.
when he has his comeback film, I think we have to see it, just out of sheer principle.
I don't know, but Hayden, on a more serious note, this one's from the New York Post, the story here. Are you aware in the Olympics that they're going to have a spray-on sneaker?
Spray-on sneaker.
Yes, there's going to be a Kenyan distance runner and two-time Olympic silver medalist who will make history at 2024 Paris Olympics thanks to her shoes. Helen Orby will be sporting a new sneaker from sportswear company On, but it's not the typical sneaker. It's the Cloud Boom Strike LS, which is a spray-on footwear. LS stands for light spray. It works by placing a foot and a form on top of an arm of a robot, as the shoe's entire upper part is sprayed on from a single continuous filament in just 3 minutes. They have a picture of the shoe.
So that's like interesting. They 3D print it over the foot.
Yeah,
basically,
it's supposed to be dry in like 6 minutes.
Really?
Most of the time, yeah.
That's interesting.
At first, the runner was hesitant to go ahead and to do this, and when she first heard about it, she was very anti-doing this. But then she tried it for, I'm going to try to find this real quick here because this is a huge article. The first time she's like, you can't wear these, this is for a marathon. And then she wore them for the Boston Marathon in April. Guess what? She won.
Wow.
So now she won't give them back.
Is it a superstition thing, or is it actually?
I think it's more of a promotion in my bank account thing.
Oh, that too. Yeah, that too.
But I just thought it was interesting that everybody in their home eventually could have a spray-on shoe that you could change out every day, and then you could change. Imagine having a new pair of shoes every day.
How does that work? Does it just dissolve around it?
I don't know. That's not really.
It is a very interesting concept.
If you go to the race, you have one of these robots with you on race day. If it's wet or dry, the robot sprays you a perfect shoe for the moment. And at the end of the race, you take it off, recycle it, and go to the next race. I mean, I can tell you as a runner that shin splints are a major problem. And having new shoes every day would certainly help with shin splints.
Sure.
So that is going to be a huge moneymaker if On's not already listed on the on the NASDAQ or the stock exchange. I think now's the time to get into it.
That's pretty cool.
Especially if she takes the gold. I mean, this company's going to take off.
Oh, man. Can you imagine?
So,
yeah,
I mean, look, if you can put a system like that for $300 or $400 in everybody's house, or even $1,000 in somebody's house, people will do it.
That's a lot of savings. Big initial investment, but the savings are right there. Because how much do you spend on shoes, right? Like,
I can only tell you I shop at the discount rack for mine. I'm a poor podcaster. Hashtag www.christophermichaelblake.com if you want to support me. I'll get my cup change out.
shaking it
Put some change in there, please. Aiden, I got 3 stories here. I need you to pick out the fake story.
Ooh, okay. It's like a game show.
Flight attendant forced to hold open bathroom door that came loose minutes in a 16-hour flight to New York.
Okay.
These are all airplane stories, by the way. Boeing jet loses wheel seconds after takeoff.
Boeing.
Or photos appear of man urinating in aisle of airplane.
Oh, it's got to be the third one is the real story.
Well, they're all bad news. Hey, they're all real.
Okay. All right.
And they all happen within a week of each other.
Oh, I was going to say if they all happened on the same flight.
Yes. They have a picture of this poor stewardess holding open the door of the airplane for 16 hours.
Oh,
And I don't know
man.
why the cockpit's exposed in this. I mean, is that the cockpit behind her? It doesn't look like it, maybe.
Nah, yeah.
And she has to hold this thing for 16 hours. They tried to put the door on. They couldn't figure out why it came off.
Oh, my God.
You know, she does not look very happy with this.
No, look at her face.
Yeah.
It was just her. They didn't take turns.
Oh, no. Well, look, would you?
No, I would
No.
be in the back trying to.
You know, that little area
Push
under
the
the
cart.
plane where you can sleep is the plane. I always see these on the, you know, that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Where John Leguizamo boards the plane in an executive decision.
And then the second one was a wheel fell off United Airlines Boeing 757-200 moments after takeoff on Monday morning,
Boeing.
echoing another nearly identical incident from March. The flight
That's-
safely touched down in Denver 3 hours later, and none of the 174 passengers or 7 crew members on board were injured. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that's interesting. Like it was early on in the flight.
Seconds after takeoff.
Seconds after takeoff. Oh boy.
Yeah. And the third one, this is from TMZ. Photos appear to show a man peeing in the middle of a cabin. And this is American, by the way. So not Boeing. And they, of course, got to start off with the humorous byline. Say goodbye to the yellow submarine. And say hello to the golden aeroplane.
Yes.
Because a man whips it out mid-flight and begins taking a piss in the middle of airplane cabin.
Bro, come on, man. Like we can't just use the bathroom. Like what is that? What is that? Oh, looks like we lost Christopher. Let's see if we can get him back. There we go. Okay.
Aiden, this podcast lately has more arrows on it than a Yankees starting third baseman. Yeah, a criminal complaint. A man named Neil McCarthy was arrested and charged with indecent exposure, saying he told cops he drank several Jack and Cokes before hopping on a plane in Oregon and several more during his layover in Chicago. So, still, takes it out. Seems to just go right in the middle of the plane. Go in the bathroom? I don't know.
That's wild, right? Like how many? There's usually what on an average flight, like at least 2 in you know regular. Like I don't know. Like there's bathrooms to use, but
So the plane had to make an emergency landing after this guy exposed himself and urinated on the plane's aisle.
can you imagine being on that flight and this jackass did that? Oh my god! All those people.
It gets worse around the world. It never seems to get better. Especially happen to be in Florida.
Yeah.
This one's from the UK Daily Mail. Florida man drops young boy from hotel balcony hours after drunken meeting with his mom at the pool and offering to scare him a little bit. Yes, you heard me correctly. So imagine you're at the pool. You're staying at a hotel in Florida. You're a single mom. Who wants to be with a single mom? I mean, you know, as a guy, you're like, okay, that's probably not my first choice. but this guy's kind of coming on to me a little bit, and we're hitting it off. And we kind of got something in common. He's going to take me to go get a tattoo later. So, of course, I'm going to invite him back to my room with the little 4-year-old boy. Because why not, right? Because, I mean, we're going to get a tattoo. We're clicking. It's a couple hours after we just met. And I say, well, look, I got to go put my face on, and I got to take a shower and get ready to go out. Because this is a date. This is a big moment for her at this point, right? He's been drinking a little bit. He says, well, I'm going to take your little boy out to the balcony and play with him. So, Brandon Gilmore, 31, was arrested on Saturday after he allegedly dangled the child off a second-story balcony at Sandalwood Resort in Daytona Beach. Now, I know you were at Daytona Beach at one point, Hayden.
I was.
You never dangled any little kids off of balconies while you were out there trying to hook up with their mom, were they?
No. I've seen some wild stuff happen down there, but not that.
So Gilmore told police he had just met the mom's boy 5 hours before and had been drinking all day by the pool. All right? So then he gets invited back to her room as they plan to get a piercing later that day. As he takes the boy outside to play and scare him a little bit. This is this guy here.
All right.
Okay?
Just dangling kids off the balcony.
Well, that's when witnesses say they heard the little boy screaming before he was dropped head first. He was like swinging in and playing with him, and then all of a sudden he let him go because he had him by 1 foot. And the kid slipped right out of his hand and fell directly on his head on the concrete, no grass below. The mom ran over, picked the little kid up, and brought him back inside instead of calling the police or an ambulance.
Oh, no.
Yes. Well, thankfully, the little kid was not injured. However, Child Services now has to get involved. He gets arrested for aggravated felony child abuse.
Boy.
Because, of course, he had previous arrest history for possession of marijuana and driving without a suspended license. So,
Yeah, I mean...
thankfully, I guess it was only a second-floor story.
God, yeah, that could have been much worse. That could have been much worse. But what do you... Like, there's no sense to that. Throwing the kid around, swinging him with one leg on the balcony. What are you doing, man? I don't know.
Hayden, imagine you're out boating in Florida once again, and the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission comes over, and they begin questioning you and your girlfriend on this little boat near Key West, right? And all of a sudden, this guy starts arguing with the officers. And I guess somehow his girlfriend gets involved, right? Because they were looking for, the police, I guess, were looking for a different vessel in his jurisdiction. But they came upon this vehicle with some violations, and they're like, well, you really can't stop us, and we're not in your jurisdiction. And, well, I need to see some ID. He goes, well, I'm not getting you my ID. I ain't doing anything wrong. So he goes, the cops say, look, we see violations right here. We need to kind of identify you guys because you're driving a boat. He goes, well, I'm not answering any of your questions. His girlfriend says, well, look, the boat kind of belongs to his workplace. Just give him the passcode to your phone and all the documentation should be there. She takes his phone. Give me the passcode, honey. No, honey, I'm not giving you the passcode to my phone. Matter of fact, I'm not answering the police officer's questions either. He then says, what would happen if I just jumped in the water?
Oh, boy.
So that's what he does. His girlfriend says, look, they're not doing it. There's some violations. They're going to probably write you a ticket and send you on your way. Well, police at this point think, oh, he probably has some pending charges on him, which, of course, he does. Because AJ, the guy's name is AJ, he jumps in the water and he starts to swim away, and the police officer says, I'm going to follow you. I'm telling you, you're not free to leave. Right? However, AJ says, he jumps in the water. He starts swimming away. The girlfriend's yelling at him, if you do this, I'm going to leave you forever. I'm not doing this. Excuse me.
Ah, you're good.
Ooh.
Yep.
They have a picture of this guy swimming away. Heading for the shore.
Look at him go.
But evil-eyed people on the internet have come to the real reason why this guy was swimming away. Because he was arrested once he hit the shore, right?
Right.
Outstanding warrants. They say he was running not from the police, but from his girlfriend.
Really? Is this...
Speculation is he didn't want to give her the passcode. She would see what was on his phone.
Wow. I mean...
And he would rather try to swim to the shore and try to get away than to try to and get arrested than try to give her the passcode.
I mean...
And probably see all the other girls he's probably...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a big risk to take. And... I mean... I don't know. She's probably still not with this guy at this point.
It's Florida, Hayden.
But,
Anything
but
goes in
maybe
Florida.
Yeah, it's true.
You could drop a kid out of a window and then hey, we're going for piercings later.
Swing him around like a double Dutch rope.
Excuse me. This is from the New York Post, Hayden. Hayden, do you like... you go to a lot of restaurants to eat? A lot of Mexican restaurants?
No, but back in my 20s, I used to do, a lot of bounce around at different restaurants. And not so much anymore, but...
A Georgia couple filmed themselves engaging in explicit acts with a margarita inside a Mexican restaurant. And they were arrested after the wife complained to cops about their X-rated video spreading online. Now, what do you think that they're doing with this margarita, Hayden?
Oh, boy. That's the question. I don't know.
Give me a guess. It's okay. You can be wrong.
With the margarita.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you do with the margarita? It's this gigantic glass.
Joe Boyette took the now viral video of himself attempting to funnel a margarita down the butt of his wife, Mary Sweats, inside a rodeo Mexican restaurant in Waycross, Georgia. However, Boyette couldn't get the funnel to work, so he tossed it and poured the tequila-based beverage from the pitcher straight down his wife's rear end as she was on all fours in the restaurant booth.
In the booth. Yeah. Can you imagine, like, you're sitting there, the adjacent booth, and all this starts breaking out? Oh, my goodness.
Her butt was exposed, and he poured the margarita straight down her ass crack, and then begins drinking the beverage while another shows him grinning after completing the act.
So he was trying to funnel the margarita, but he couldn't get the funnel to work.
So then he calls the police and says, hey, this video I took is going viral, and it really shouldn't be viral.
Private video.
And the police come and take a look at the video and say, yeah, we're going to arrest you instead for public indecency.
This is how this is going to go.
And police said that another explicit clip taken by the couple shows Sweats exposing her breasts and Boyette putting her left breast in his mouth while she pulls him closer. Now, I've been married a long time, Hayden. I don't want to guess how long you've been married, but maybe longer than I have. Do you still act like this with your wife?
No.
Is it possible you want to act like this with your wife?
In the middle of the restaurant? No.
Even at home?
I think...
Oh, okay. Look at you little freak. Okay.
Listen, at the end of the day, right, you just want to go to bed. We're not trying to do all that craziness. But, like, this, I don't know. I mean, this dude's urges get the better of him in the middle of the restaurant. That's kind of wild.
In New York, there's some freaky things going on in Walmart. The New York
Yeah.
Post. Electronic scooter riding jerk caught in lewd act while watching porn in New York Walmart, say cops. This guy's a real jerk. An upstate New York man, Keith Baki, 45, was arrested at the local Walmart electronics department after he got caught masturbating while watching explicit videos on a display phone in the store while sitting in the electronic scooter. Baki was also charged with public display of sexual material, which are both misdemeanors and hit with disorderly conduct violations.
We hit the perfect storm of violations right there.
And guess what? He had a previous arrest. So the police had to notify state parole officials. But they couldn't tell you what he was previously arrested for. You want to take a guess?
Indecent exposure.
Probably some kind of sexual offense, I'm willing to bet.
Yeah.
And this guy's running around in Walmart. Bring your kids, family.
Yeah, just riding past you on the scooter, honk honk.
Hayden, I have to ask you a question. How far are you willing to go for the women's rights movement?
Oh boy. I will move over to the left or to the right. I'll step out of the way.
So this is from the New York Post. There's an ex-Tao hostess who's accused of tossing poop in the New York hotspot's koi pond, and she was busted for flinging her feces. And she claims she did it because of the Me Too movement.
Interesting. What's her reasoning?
Well, she's a former hostess who used to work there, and she was charged with burglary and entering an establishment she knew she was banned from, endangering property inside the restaurant, right? And apparently her feces flinging into the koi pond cost the business $3,100 in damages, according to court records. Now, she went ahead, she pled not guilty to these charges last month. She says this whole thing is fake. Because now we start getting into the story. Apparently, she was dating one of the ex-managers at this place. And she says, they were saying I'm stalking him and harassing him by sending him repeated texts and stuff, but that's not true. Her arrest came less than a day after she claimed to the Post that her ex-co-workers were falsely reporting threatening incidents involving her because she was trying to be a whistleblower about sexual assault and drink spiking at the hands of Tao promoters. So all she was trying to do was bring attention to these Tao promoters who were spiking drinks and doing sexual assaults. And she had to fling the poo into the koi pond to be able to do this and bring this to light.
Right. Because you can make the connection. Oh boy.
She says, these people are after me and they won't leave me alone. The ex-hostess was also charged on Monday in another incident after she allegedly threw a bottle at someone in the Hearsay nightclub, causing liquid to splash into the victim's eye and causing burning in last December.
Oh boy.
Now,
it's the eyes. It's the eyes. Oh boy.
She was also arrested on June 1st when she charged with aggravated harassment after allegedly showing outside the Nebula nightclub and shouting threats. So this woman's got all kinds of fun activities going on. The restaurant Tao claims that this woman is unhinged and violent, ex-employee who is on a rampage of harassing and threatening behavior. But she counters that she is a hashtag #MeToo whistleblower who cannot be silenced. She says she's been targeted for speaking out about the alleged sexual assault incidents at the hands of Tao promoters and had to fling the feces in an attempt to gain attention to the issue. That's my desperation. I had to do something to get on the news with Tao. And the poop throw was the thing. I'm desperate because no one's taking responsibility.
Oh.
The story gets more convoluted, though, Hayden.
Oh boy.
The drama started in 2022 when Roman broke up with her boyfriend, a Tao promoter, who she alleges threatened to strangle her cat, sexually assaulted her, and impregnated 2 women while they were together. As a result of all this, she had a breakdown, a genuine mental health crisis. I was outside by the pier crying all night because I found out that he had gotten 2 girls pregnant, and everyone knew about this. 6 months later, she was subsequently fired. Again.
That's well, I mean, I guess she has her reasons. She laid them out.
She flung the poop.
She threw the poop to break the story open.
Rama further reaches a fever pitch on June 19th last year when she was at a summer club, a place frequented by Tao ex-employees, and her ex received the threat that she was going to be set on fire from a burner phone.
That's
Nothing like a woman scorned, Hayden.
yeah, really.
But I'm a little shocked that you wouldn't fling some feces for the Me Too movement.
I wouldn't fling feces for any reason. I don't know.
Hayden, our last story tonight. You heard about the new kind of ringleading busts out there that are taking place? Like, these are like huge organized criminal enterprises.
Okay.
And it's not drugs. It's not weapons. It's Legos.
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 Really?
This is from TMZ. Police in Oregon put together a case, piece by piece, all leading to a massive Lego bust where a toy owner's accused of buying Legos stolen from his competitors. Here's the deal. Springfield Police Department says the 3-month investigation uncovered evidence Amon Hankerson, the owner of Brick Builders Toy Store in Eugene, was knowingly purchasing new, unopened Lego sets that had been stolen from local retail stores. Cops raided Brick Builders, recovered more than $200,000 worth of stolen toys. In total, police say over 4,000 stolen Lego sets were found in the store. And say this, the cops said that these were selling the Lego sets to the store for a fraction of the retail value, and then turning around and using that money to buy illegal drugs for personal use.
Wow. Flipping Legos for drugs.
The police, they say they partnered with loss prevention investigators from Target, Walmart, Barnes & Nobles, and Fred Meyer to confirm the Lego thefts.
That's a big Lego racket going on over there.
There is an exploding black market for stolen Legos in California. With thieves going to great lengths to steal the toys straight out of the retail stores. And then the goods are being sold online and at swap meets.
I would have never in a million years.
Hayden, I'm breaking into your house later. I'm stealing all your Legos.
When I wake up and the kids' Harry Potter Legos are gone, I'm gonna know who did it.
They're worth a fortune, Hayden. I'm going there right now.
That's wild. There's like an underground black market Lego thing in California, huh? That's, I guess, all right. I mean, it's new currency. It's gonna take over like Bitcoin. Lego bricks. They're partnering with loss prevention around these different stores.
Out there in Kensington, PA, people are going to be doing Legos and building Lego sets instead of doing drugs, instead of doing fentanyl.
Yo, man, you got any 6-side bricks? I got lower half people legs. I got the original Lego guy hair. Oh man. That's a rare item. That's interesting, man. That's interesting. I don't even know what to say.
Hayden, it's been a long night. I just want to say thank you again for having me. Again, I'll be at Monster Mania August 2nd through the 4th. Go to www.christophermichaelblake.com. Buy any of my books, Pray for Dawn, Keep Me Immersed, Pray for Pyramid of the Parasite, Seance. Also, the Indiegogo campaign for Crimson Harvest begins August 8th. That's Crimson with a Z. Hayden, as always, it's fun.
Yes, we had a good time. We had a long night. We'll catch everybody next time. What do we have coming up? We got Acolyte tomorrow night. You could join us for that. We'll talk about the finale. And
we're done till first week of August, right?
I think we're back first week of August.
Okay.
And we are guesting on a podcast, Cody Sharp, as well in August.
August 14th or the 21st?
Yeah, it is. That is August 14th. Will be on Cody Sharp's podcast. So
Meanwhile, we'll have Jason Lasseter on in August as well.
Yes.
Middle of August.
Yeah.
Okay.
After that. So August is going to shape up to be a pretty busy month. So check us out. We're going to wrap up Acolyte tomorrow, and we'll let you guys know what we decide to review after that. So thank you for joining us tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit a like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time.